Hello, 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 and welcome. Um, let's talk about different locking mechanisms on pocket knives. You probably had a pocket knife in your life, and it may have come with a lock. Although some pocket knives, in fact, most pocket knives don't lock. Um, they are slip joint knives. But if you do have a knife with a locking mechanism, we'll take a look at some of these locking mechanisms that you may even possibly have in your collection. So let's take a look at the most prevalent one, the one that is used in locking knives most often. And this is a little frost made in Japan. This is a back lock. This is the most commonly used lock in pocket knives. And the way it works is you open the blade, the spring inside locks the blade. In order to release the spring, you press this back piece right here, and you can close the knife. This is the back lock. Back lock is the most common lock in knives. Second most common lock knife lock is this type of a lock. We're going to take a look at the old Queen Steel electrician's knife. And this is a liner lock. When you open, in this case, a screwdriver blade with wire strippers, when you open it, this brass liner locks it in place. There it is. You can see it a little bit better there. In order to close this, you have to push the liner out of the way and close the knife. That is a liner lock knife. Another interesting knife is this Frost, made in Japan in the 70s. This is their tomahawk knife, jig bone handle. What makes this knife lock interesting? This is a Bob Cargill design knife, and Bob Cargill was a gentleman who invented a new way to lock a knife. And I'll show you exactly what Bob Cargill bolster lock looks like. Look at this knife. Wow, bayonet blade. Wow. Anyway, bolster lock. This part of the knife is called a bolster. On a Cargill design, you have to press the bolster down, and that will allow you to close the blade. Again, press it down, and the knife is closed. As I've said before, I usually buy my knives used. I find them at garage sales, at swap meets, eBay, you name it, Craigslist. This one is an exception. This one I actually spent a lot of money on, and I ordered it from the manufacturer directly. This is an Italian-made AB stiletto. AB meaning the brand. In my opinion, AB are some of the best stilettos made today. Since I bought this about 20 years ago, I'm not sure if the company is still in business, but they are worth checking out if they are. Anyway, beautiful little stiletto, made in Italy, horn handles, crisp blade, but we're here to check out the lock. So, this is also a bolster lock. Works slightly different than Bob Cargill design we just covered. Here you press the front part of the bolster, and the knife is ready to fold. This is a double locking knife. When you close the knife, make sure to manually lock it in place so you don't accidentally press the button while it's in your pocket and give yourself an accidental vasectomy. A similar knife, although considerably much older. This is a 1920s Bakelite handle, butterscotch design. Butterscotch, kinda. You see how it looks like butterscotch? Shiny, yummy. Anyway, what makes this knife interesting in itself? It's a double button knife. So let's take a look at how this one works. You press the button, the blade flies out. The knife is locked. In order to release the lock, you press the button again. The knife closes. And again, guys, make sure if you carry an automatic knife that is similar to this, that has a button of some sort, or a mechanism that's easy to press, make sure to lock it before you put it in your pocket. Okay, now you may be asking yourself, why on earth am I looking at a Swiss Army knife? I thought those didn't lock. Well, I thought so too, until I picked this one up. This one is interesting because, first of all, I thought all official Boy Scout knives were made in the US by US manufacturers until they just most recently started going to China like everybody else. No, I was wrong. This one, and it says so on the main blade, this one is an official Boy Scout knife. An official knife of Boy Scouts of America. It's got the Boy Scout logo. And again, we're here not to check out an interesting knife, but to check out an interesting locking mechanism. So this one, and this is the first time I ever seen any locking mechanism on a Swiss Army knife. On the main blade, it does have a lock. And the release mechanism is this lever type button, which is quite interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. Press the button and the blade will go down. Quite interesting. Never seen a lock on a Swiss Army knife. Okay, another little interesting ditty. Manual lock. Well, let's see. What is this? Ah, you flip it open and you flip it out. And now it's locked. That's it. You got a nice little locking knife. And as promised, the star of the show, an old Imperial trick knife. Let's take a look at this one. Cracked ice celluloid handles. It doesn't have a pull or a notch. There's no visible way to open the blade. You can try anything. So, what do you do? What do you do? Well, turns out to be that inside of this knife, right about here, on the blade, at the base of the blade, there's a little hook, and inside there's a little roller that the hook catches. So, in order to open the knife, simply press the blade down, flip the roller down, and the knife opens. There we go. The knife is open, and when you close it, it's the same thing. Oh, Mom, the knife won't close. Well, flip it. When you flip it, it closes. The roller on this end goes down and up, down and up. So when we open it, we just flip it down, and when we close it, we flip it the other way around. Well, if you stuck around this long, you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like this type of content, if you got this little sickness of pocket knife collecting just like I do, make sure to subscribe. And do me a favor, like this video if you like it, and thumb it down if you hate it. But it really does help the channel a lot. And as you can see from my multitude of 6 subscribers, anyway, have a nice day, everybody.